Hi, I'm Alex, and welcome to my YouTube Disney video, Skyway to Adventureland. I'm a big Disney fan, and I'm also a former cast member who got to work at the Canada Pavilion at Epcot. There I sold merchandise, got to interact with guests and meet people from all over the world. It was lots of fun, and I got to see the inner workings of the Disney machine in action. I've also been to both Disneyland and Walt Disney World on family vacations multiple times, as well as stayed in various hotels. I've done the Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney. I've visited the Aulani, the Disney Resort in Hawaii, and I've also been to the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, which I will talk about in future videos as well. Just because, as a Disney fan, really wanted to just talk about Disney and everything that encompassed, including news and book reviews and movie reviews. So for my first book review, I've decided to do Disney Facts Revealed, Answers to Fans' Curious Questions by Dave Smith. For those that don't know, Dave Smith started the Walt Disney Archives in 1970. He is now since retired and holds the title of Emeritus of the Walt Disney Archives, which is pretty fancy and sounds like a pretty awesome title. Anyway, this book, as Dave writes in the introduction, is all about fan questions that he has received from 2010 through 2014. In fact, he's been answering fan questions, Disney fan questions, for decades, and has been doing an excellent job of providing great insight and great information to Disney fans in all sorts of platforms. Usually it's been through various Disney publications like Disney magazines. Currently he is writing for the D23.com website, as well as some of his answers to questions also appear in the D23 magazine that comes out quarterly. As far as the book goes, it's really good. It's broken down into various sections based off of Disney topics. This includes Disneyland, Walt Disney World, animated features, live action features, animated shorts, Walt Disney, merchandise. So there's lots of different things for every Disney fan to talk about and get interested in. There's also lots of interesting questions. Because they're all from fans, it's not necessarily a broad overview of the Disney history, but it's just interesting things that have sparked people's imagination, and Dave does a good job of trying to provide as much intel as he can about the questions and get the best answers as he can. My favorite questions is actually about the Mickey Mouse short that came out in 2013, Get a Horse. For this, Dave Smith actually went to the director of the short to get the answer. And I won't spoil it for you here, but if you want, you can, if you know the answer, you can post it down below in the comments. Or if you want, you can just look at the book and figure out for yourselves. Overall, I think the book is really good. You can go through it either all at once or just in little sections, going a chapter at a time. There's no real set way of doing it. It's a nice little piece for any Disney fan, and I'm sure every Disney fan will also learn something really interesting that they didn't know before. Yeah. And so yeah, I would highly recommend that all Disney fans get this book, and I encourage people to read it. And I will also provide links below to Dave Smith, so that if you have any questions, you can answer him, or ask him, sorry, and he'll hopefully be able to provide you with an answer. In Disney news, we saw recently that Hurricane Matthew went up the east coast of Florida, which means that Walt Disney World was affected. We saw on the news and on various websites that Disney actually did a good job of preparing for the hurricane. This meant tying down chairs, benches, garbage cans, everything that could be loose and could be flying around in high winds. This also meant that for safety reasons, the guests were actually had to be on a curfew and weren't allowed at night, one of the nights as the hurricane was in the area, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, hopefully everything went well. And it seemed like there was no big issues with it except maybe some long lines for food at the resorts. In other news, last week Mickey Mouse actually joined Instagram, so if you're on Instagram and you want to follow Mickey, that would be a great way to just see some great pictures of him and see what he's been up to. And lastly, we just recently learned that Disney's Hollywood Studios this Christmas is getting a new special Christmas show. They're using the Star Wars projectors for the Star Wars fireworks that are currently ongoing on the Great Movie Ride on the Chinese Theater. They'll be using those projectors and along with some fireworks creating a whole new Christmas show with the hosts being the elves from Prep and Landing and other various Christmas themed Disney stuff that Disney has done over the years. So that's my first video. Hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below or email me. I have links down below and hope to hear from you. Bye.